Hey there, all you fellow Droidiacs. This is David from the Droid Workshop, and as promised, here it is, my pit droid. Now, as I said in my first video ever, I'm going to be taking my time with things like this because they're supposed to be fun and enjoyable, and I want to do it right. I don't have a deadline, so this may take a couple of videos to get it done. But first off, I want to give a huge shout out to the Droid Division Print Club on Facebook for their moral support, and to Space Bob's Pit Droids for making such excellent files. You know, the more I printed this thing, the more excited I got, because as each individual piece was done, I could start visioning the whole thing put together, and it just got to be that much more exciting. Now, just to be clear, neither group is sponsoring this video in any way. This is just me as a simple guy building something that somebody else designed for my own enjoyment. But I will be putting links in the description down below to both the Droid Division Print Club group here on Facebook and to Space Bob's Pit Droids shop on Etsy, where you can pick up these files for yourself. Alright, let's get started. The first question everyone, including myself, asks is, where do I start? Some start with the head, some with the feet. With a minimum of 27 pieces to print, and for smaller printers, some parts are broken up into multiple pieces to make it easier, you can start just about anywhere. Me, I started with the thumb. Just be sure to keep track of what you print and where it goes, so you don't end up printing extra parts you won't need, other than to give your kid a chance to be a goof. When you get your files, they come with 2 PDFs that give just about all the information you need on print settings, hardware, and assembly. Be sure to read through these before you get started, because it can save hours of print time and meters of filament following these recommendations. I did end up printing the head in 2 parts because I was at the end of one roll of filament and didn't want to mess it up. And I could swear I pressed record on my camera to show everything up until now. Like putting in the alignment dowels, hot gluing the 2 halves, using CA glue on the seams before filling and sanding the Bondo, and finally the primer paint. But I can't find the footage.
And it doesn't get recorded.
How many times do I have to say I'm sorry?
Oh well, probably boring repetition anyway. And speaking of boring repetition, here we go with masking off the areas where I don't want to paint my final red color. I wanted to highlight right here, mainly for those who have never done this before, how to get a curve using straight tape. It's a tried and true method a lot of people use of simply laying the tape across the curve like this and cutting it later with a knife. The pit droid head has this nice ring around it that's a great paint seam, so just press it in with your fingernail. It's the same thing for the bottom, for both inside and outside of the ring. So now I'm ready to add the parts to the head. I painted the outer ring of the eye red later, but these parts stay silver. And I pre-painted the rest of the parts red. The bolt for the neck has to go in first because the other parts actually lay on top of the bolt and cap heads. I like this design because it keeps them from the risk of falling out and still gives access to tighten if needed. I did glue on the mid-head detail part permanently, but not the inner eye or the outer eye yet to give me options for later. But all the other parts were put on with CA glue. The PDF recommends E6000, and I probably should have used that for the parts that hold the neck bolt in, so hopefully that will all work out for me. So, got the head done, finally. Got all my accent parts painted the way I wanted, got them all put on. I went ahead and I painted the ring on the eyepiece here as well to make it all match. Got my antenna pieces put in. I may just go ahead and do what's been suggested and use the wire method for that. Seems very simple enough. Now for the lens, there's a lot of different options. You can either get a Christmas ornament and cut it to shape, paint the back of it, put it in here, and you'll get your shininess of your lens. But there's also options, like I've seen a bunch of them on Etsy, where it's a lighting kit that fits in here, and it's a nice little compact LED kit, blinking lights, flashing lights, color change lights, steady light, whatever. But I may just go ahead and bite the bullet and buy one from that guy because he's already done all the hard work, and why reinvent the wheel? So that's going to do it for now. I'm not going to weather any of this until I have the whole thing done so that it's all consistent in the weathering. And when I do, all of this really bright, shiny red is going to be muted just a little bit. Symbols, sigils, whatever. I still don't know what I'm going to do yet. So, if you like what I did here today, please be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so that you can see all future videos, including the rest of this. It's going to be a little bit before I get the next one out because I've got you can't see behind my camera. I've got a lot of stuff I got to clean up in here to make it more conducive to making these droids and making the videos. So it may be a little bit, but keep in touch, stay tuned. You never know when the next one's going to come out. So thanks for watching, and may the droids be with you.